Saudi has recently announced a special visa for UK citizens who are able to apply for an electronic travel authorization instead of the previous Electronic Visa Waiver. Not only is the new ETA cheaper, but it's also more beneficial, allowing multiple entries into Saudi and being valid up to a year. Previously, I did a guide on applying for the Electronic Visa Waiver. Unfortunately, here I am making a video again because applying for the new ETA is plagued with problems. In this video, I will walk you through step by step on how to apply for an ETA. Let's dive right in. First things first, go to the new website ksavisa.sa instead of the old MOFA website. Here you need to click on Explore Visa Options at the top, then scroll down to Other and click Apply. Once loaded, the option you're looking for is the first one that says Electronic Travel Authorization. Now I clicked on Learn More to see further information, which can be helpful. Have a read of this, including the FAQ, and then proceed to apply now. If you aren't already logged in, you'll be asked to log in. This is the same username and password for the MOFA website if you've previously used that. You can also register an account at this stage. I won't go through that as it's fairly straightforward. You can use the same account for multiple people. There is no need to register separate accounts. Proceed to log in and verify with the code emailed to you. Sometimes it can take a minute or two for it to arrive. Now the form is split into 8 separate pages. Proceed to fill it in. Most of the drop-down options will only have one option. You can choose to fill in the optional fields if you wish. The transport mode and port of entry are optional as this is a multi-entry visa, therefore you may not use the same entry point each time you enter. With the previous Electronic Visa Waiver, there is mixed opinion of whether you need to enter the countries visited in the last 5 years or not. Some anecdotal evidence showed that people had more success when this was left blank. It's entirely up to you what you do here. On page 2 you enter your details as it appears in your passport. Any middle name can go into the middle name field. I'm not entirely sure what the other field or the grandfather's name field is. If you have multiple middle names, just enter them all in the middle name field. Enter your other details, and when you get down to religion, you'll be asked if you're intending on performing umrah or not. Select yes if you are. The next thing we need to do is upload a headshot. Now this is where I come across my first difficulty. When I uploaded my headshot, it gave me this error which gave no detail as to what I did wrong. I went back to the upload page and saw that the picture had to be of a certain size and format. Bizarrely, it was a minuscule 35 by 45. I proceeded to modify the image on a picture resizer website and it finally accepted this. The next step was to upload a copy of my passport, and this is where I had my next problem. I already had a copy of my passport which I wanted to use, but it appears to not have liked the format it was in. I had it in JPEG, but as you can see it doesn't let me select it. For some odd reason it only allows me to select a PNG version of it. You can convert your passport picture to PNG by resaving it or modifying the file extension. Proceed to enter the rest of your passport details and click Next. Next, enter your home address details and where you'll be staying in Saudi. I usually put the hotel name, but this won't matter hugely as this is a multi-entry visa and you may well be staying in different places each time you visit. Next, read through the security questions and answer no to all of them. If you can't answer no, then you won't be able to apply for this visa. The next page is a long list of terms and conditions, and like any other terms and conditions, most people just scroll down and agree. The last page is just an overview of your application. At this point you can check your details and go back to amend if needed. You'll then be taken to the payment page and the cost of the visa is $25. If you have a stored card, you can use that, otherwise enter your card details to process the payment. If you plan to do multiple applications, then it might be a good idea to save your card. It should then say you've successfully applied and give you an application number. You can also find this under View Applications along with others you may have applied for previously. At this point you should hopefully see your successful application. You can click the Visas tab to see a full list of successful applications under your account. From here you can view it or download a copy of it. Now if, like me, you receive the dreaded send to embassy, then unfortunately there isn't a huge amount you can do. Sending an inquiry does nothing. I did a video about this very problem previously, and in that case I ended up cancelling my applications and going for a visa on arrival. However, I suggest you wait at least 3 days and possibly longer if you can. As you can see, I was eventually issued the ETA 11 days after I submitted it. This is what you'll receive via email when it's approved. The key points here are that it's a multiple entry visa and is valid for 2 years. At a cost of only $25 for 2 years, this is a bargain. You should remember that At the time of filming, this is only available to UK passport holders. One last point about the application process is that if you're applying for children, then do an adult's application first, as you'll need that application number to enter under guardian's application number. This field only appears when you enter a child's date of birth. A child is considered anyone under 18 years old. Hopefully this guide is comprehensive enough to get you through the process. However, if you do have any issues that I haven't covered, then leave a comment below. If it's anything like the electronic visa waiver, then I don't doubt that there will be other hurdles to cross. If you have successfully applied for a visa though, and will be performing umrah, then please remember me in your prayers. Thank you.